China for you. The town is tiny. On Google Maps, actually, it's just a name. There's not even any road detail. Look at that. $156 watts average. That's more like it. So the jersey is very cool. I like the color, but check out the design on the back. So unique, right? It's the first time I'm putting it on, so it's very tight. Almost every big bike event, they will give some kind of jersey, but sometimes it's just like commemorative of the event. I never actually will wear it even one time. This one's actually good. Look how tight that is. And you see the close-up. Good morning. Last day in China. So I've been here for 3 weeks now. That trip that you saw, thank you for watching the videos that Lee and I made. Those 2 meals were awesome. It seems like a distant past for me now. So after letting Lee go back to Thailand, I took a train and I'm in another corner of Yunnan province. So Yunnan is big. Everything in China is big. You can look out the window and see this is a smaller town and it's bigger than Chiang Mai. So I stayed here and I took part in a 9-day event, the Grand Fondo Yunnan, the best event that I've joined so far. I think it was equal to the L'Etape du Tour in France, but that was just 1 day. This was 9, so the coordination, the logistics, everything, just amazing. So I stayed in the hotel that they provided for us for the race. As part of the race package, you pay one price and it covers the race, food, hotels, and transportation. And then, of course, in the race, you can win some prizes. So today, I'm going to go and try to find this meal. This is the special thing. It's saved for the last, and man, doesn't that look so crazy? Doesn't it look not really like what you would think of as Chinese food? So I need to go and book extra luggage at the airport. It's not a nearby ride, so I'm going to ride about 50 miles. Going to try to do it as easy as possible, share my experience that I've had here during the race. Again, it was so incredibly much fun. I'm so in love with this event. I cannot wait to do it again next year. And then after the airport, we will go to eat that peacock rice. I hope you are having a great day. Thanks again for watching these China series. China is a very special place for me. Good morning to you. Let's get out on the road. I'm sick, so shouldn't be a surprise after all that. So I've raced 6 days and then all the transportation, so I am sick. So let's really try to make this an easy and fun ride. So ready to go. Again, 50 miles, which is about 80 kilometers. Gonna try to avoid mountains today for the first time for the whole trip. Actually, gonna be a flat ride and we'll get to the airport. Hopefully the roads are smooth and I think there's not gonna be any rain, which also is different than the rest of the trip. So we're hoping for today, everything easy. And then I'll share the race experience starting with stage 1. So you can have any traffic as you saw already from some clips. The race though, they closed the road entirely, which was such a privilege to ride on. Totally safe, especially the 2 days that rained. Really appreciated that. Incredible. Most roads in China are so well maintained, just like this. You can be even off, like on Google Maps, there won't even be a line, but the road is like this. And even though the mixed traffic is a bit crazy, people don't drive so fast, so it doesn't feel scary. Okay, so before we get out on the highway though, I needed one drink. I already filled it, I already paid. So you see this spring water, that red brand. That's the mineral water, and then you got to learn, I guess, which sports drinks or the things you want. Man, China has a lot of different products available in small little convenience stores like this one. So, but far out from the town, I have gotten into trouble before. Sometimes there's not even water. So you really do have to think ahead if it's going to be a big ride. Today, not a big ride, but still, I am sick, so I want to take care of myself. So these work by the phone. So you just scan a little QR code right here, and Lee loads me up for each bike trip. Thank you, Lisa. So I paid. Okay, we're gonna keep rolling. I'm good to go. I've got snacks in my pocket, bottles on the bike. Let's get to those countryside roads. So we started actually higher up the Mekong River, which is called the lunchtime in Chinese. Riding uphill right now, so it's more safe to talk because I'm not going so fast. So stage 1 was starting out flat, very nervous, very excited, everyone ready to go. Stage 1 is always like that, so I tried to stay safe at the front. I think I avoided 4 crashes. My teammate Emma was not so lucky, but she still finished. She is a champion, she is a fighter, but yeah, she went down. I made it to the top of the first climb very well, and then had a bike problem. So I was actually with one other guy, and he was the eventual race winner. So the two of us climbed for about almost 1 hour. But then at the top, we said, okay, let's go. And then I immediately dropped the chain, but not just dropped, stuck the chain. When it's like that, you have to get off the bike. So that lost me a minute, but it was okay, I survived. And then stage 2. The second stage finished with a really tough climb up past the clouds. When we got up to the top, the view was spectacular, but oh man, at high altitude, the racing is hard. You really have to pace yourself. And I got 6th on that stage, actually. It was really nice, even with a downhill finish, which is not my speciality. It was downhill and then flat to the line. And I looked back, there was a guy trying to catch up with me who I had dropped on the climb. I got dropped from the front group of 4 guys. And then we found out there was one guy who crashed and lost his timing chip, and he got his time based on another rider who vouched for him, which brings me to one thing that I'm super satisfied with about this race, all the sportsmanship. I'm an outsider. I was the only non-Chinese in the top 20, only myself. And they could have ganged up on me, they could have teamed up on me, they could have been unsportsmanlike, but no, I never felt even one time like someone was purposely dangerous or cutting me off or making it hard on me. Made a bunch of friends, that was cool. Yeah, so stage 2 left me, so from stage 1 I was sitting 9th overall. Stage 2 I moved up to 7th overall. This town reminds me so much of Lao, of Vientiane or Sawanakhet, both towns right next to the big Mekong River. Also crazy, the vegetation, even the color of the air, the dust. I've even seen Lao language. They do trade with Lao, obviously. Okay, here's the turn. Gonna cross the big river again. Whoa! See you on the other side. Not natural. This is all rubber, but rubber makes very nice shade. And it is a pretty tree, even though it's not environmentally friendly. Okay. Keep going. I love this so much. In Thailand as well, but I live there, so I kind of forget how much I love it sometimes. Just pure exploration. And these are not uncharted roads, obviously. Look how nice the road. But it might be uncharted for just a solo white guy out on a kind of wandering ride. Again, the similarity with Thailand is incredible. Whoop. Can I do it with... Nope. So the race had half of the roads like this, but totally closed, and then half main roads or normal roads, like with the dotted line in the middle. So I did make it through the whole race healthy. And God bless me, especially after coming from Taiwan, riding in the rain for the whole trip, race and the recon, every day raining. Did not get sick. And then in China for 12 days, 3 days before the race, and then 9 days of racing, did not get sick. Finally, yesterday, finally. So that's all good. But yeah, it's hard to breathe. So we're gonna need to find a place to sit down for the stage 3 recap. This actually is crazy. I stopped here to get a drink, but there's nothing here. But it's amazing in a different way. So I gotta share about this. You can hear there's traffic, so the road is not empty. It's a huge road, and I thought, oh, I'm starting to enter the town again. No, all of these are empty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe 12 apartment buildings. 15 or 20 floors each, maybe 10, 150, maybe, what's 50? So maybe 1,800 families could live here. Depending on how many people, I don't know, maybe 5,000 people could live here. All of them are empty. And at the bottom, there are some construction crews sitting having lunch because they're building not just the condominiums, but also probably the developer also owns a chain of markets. So everything is being constructed at the same time. Very interesting. Only the pharmacy is open. None of the stores are open. But there are many guys here working. So I think they all brought packed lunches. Oh, so stage 3, the Queen stage. In a stage race, the hardest stage is called the Queen stage. I don't actually know why, even though I've been following big stage races for almost 10 years now. So this year it was 155 kilometers with 3,500 meters climbing. And we started at 1,600 meters, which is the height of Denver. So we climbed from there up another 1,000 meters, 2 different times, and then rolling a lot. So 2 different big climbs. So it was very hard, and I got 6th on this stage, which was awesome. Oh, I loved it. I seem to do better when the stage is harder, because when a stage is easier, it's actually more difficult for me because it's tactical. I am better at just pacing myself, so I trust my endurance. I don't really trust my skills. I don't really have many cycling skills. I just know how to pace myself. I understand myself, how to do the bigger rides. So it was 5 hours and 10 minutes for this stage, which is huge. To race for 5 hours was huge. And I was right with the front group the whole time, except first time ever, I had to pee so bad that I peed off the bike. I have never done that before. I was too nervous before to crash, because you have to kind of stand to one side on the bike while going downhill so that you can keep rolling, keep your momentum. So you have to keep one hand on the brake and the other hand to do the business, and also don't pee on the bicycle, hopefully. I didn't, but man, after that, I felt so good. Took another gel. I think I had 8 gels, 2 bars, and then I had 2 bottles. One of them had mix, and then I refilled 2 times also, again, one with mix. So during the ride, I think I ate 2,500 calories, and I had 1,000 calories for breakfast, and it still left almost 1,000 calories uneaten, plus my own 2,000 plus calories that I needed to eat. So when I got home, had this after oatmeal, which I had prepared back in my room, as well as a few snacks.
It's kind of funny when you don't have a good day on the bike, you don't want to ride, like go ride again to go find dinner, right? But when you do have a good day, even if it's so hard, like the stage was today, you can still ride because you just had so much fun, you know? So we're gonna go have some type of local food. I don't know if it's gonna be noodles or rice, but man, the light right now is just so gorgeous. The view from the top.
Continue straight.
The view from the top of the mountain today was spectacular. Wish I could show that to you, but I'm just gonna tell you about it. It was amazing. Okay, dinner is also gonna be amazing. Sometime in the next 10 seconds. Go! It was Emma who made the restaurant selection, and man, this thing smells incredible. Good serving of beef right there, and then the Xian are rice flour noodles. I think it's rice noodles. I got an extra egg on the side, and then I'm gonna put some toppings. This place actually is killer. Wow. So finally, I can post a video. My wife will be so jealous of me. This is her favorite breakfast actually, but I think she can eat it 3 times a day. The Xian are just so good. A lot of beef, added a ton of sides, most importantly the garlic, and then the chili oil, the Sichuan peppercorn powder. It's fiery, it's awesome. Have a great day. So that night was awesome. And then we had a rest day the next day. Not truly a rest though, because we had to take a 9-hour bus ride. So as restful as a 9-hour bus ride can be. It was also raining. So, but yeah, the next day there was no race, I'll say that. And then speaking of the rain, the 4th stage was so hard. Let me keep rolling and I'll share some photos from that 4th stage. Oh man, it was tough. 10 centigrade was the average with cold wind, rain for the entire 4 hours of the stage. It was 105 kilometers. It was the shortest stage, the easiest stage, with only 1,600 meters of climbing. Which is kind of funny because that's the hard stage of the Chiang Mai race, which is a 3-day race. That's the hard stage. This was the easiest of 5. So this Yunnan Grand Fondo is no joke when it comes to the route that they chose. Okay, so it's definitely frowned upon to take videos entering an airport, but now I'm inside. I think now it's okay. So I'm looking for counter number 15. I need to add luggage. I hope they can do it here. So I flew in on China Eastern, but I'm going home with Ruili, which is a direct flight, 55 minutes. Isn't that crazy? 55-minute flight. I think this is it. Okay, wish me luck. Coming into the home stretch now. It's under construction, but you see in China, there's in every city area, there's going to be this side road for motorcycles, electric motorbikes, and bicycles. And it's very well used. And it's mostly safe because the maximum speed is probably like that right there. The reason that there was so much traffic coming back into town, I forgot. I took some time at the airport and actually it wound up being about 1:30, 2 p.m. I didn't look at the clock, it's on the phone. But that's when kids come home from school. So students in China study so much. They study Monday through Saturday, sometimes on Sunday, sometimes extra classes at night, but they go to school in the morning and then they have a midday break. They go home, they have lunch at home, then they sleep at home, they have a nap. Then they go back to school for like 5 or 6 more hours of class. So they might not get home until 9 p.m. That's very normal, Lee told me. And an incredible schedule, really, compared to Western education. I just can't even comprehend how many hours
Chinese students go to school. So anyways, I'm having lunch right here first, and then I can finish the story about the stage race, and then we can go have the peacock rice. Okay, let me sit down. So thankfully everything is very obvious right in front of you. I'm gonna put on some toppings. And I got the beef noodles, you see right there, 13. There are some pork options, but that beef looks so good. Oh, these are the sweet potato flour noodles right there. Wow, also looks great. And I have a new friend. Check out these photos. The guy who was making the noodles, but he asked if we could take some photos together, and then he brought me 2 eggs. That's just perfect. He knows that's the addition that I needed. So, a few things you gotta bring to China. Readiness for loud noises, smells, uncomfortable situations, possibly, unless you are used to having your personal space invaded 100 times a day. But Chinese people are so lovely. China is my favorite country, for sure. I live in Thailand because the balance of life is the best in Thailand. And Thailand's very free. But man, China is just so fascinating and fun and huge. Yeah, super cool. And yeah, super friendly. Like, amazingly friendly. It's awesome. So I put on some pickled cabbage. There are some carrots, maybe some radish in there. And then mian. Mian are made with wheat as well as rice. Gotta put on the chili oil, la jiao you, and then also put on some sesame oil. Got some beef, got some cilantro on top. And then, because I'm in Yunnan, you see Sichuan peppercorns. Oh yeah, I need to remember to bring some of those home. Oh man. It is a full-on sensory experience. It's very hard to ride a bike for a hobby, not for like transportation. I mean, the roads are smooth, but there's dust everywhere, there's dirt. The construction in China is at a crazy pace, so everything is just always constantly being rebuilt, widened, made bigger, or constructed for the first time. So there are trucks, there are people doing the construction just all the time. So it's nice to get out in the countryside and ride like I did this morning. Very, very peaceful when you get far out there, but coming back into the city, oh, it's hectic. Start sneezing, the dust starts, wow. And that right behind me was a street cleaner, but it has a music box, which hilariously was out of tune. It has a music box. The trash collection truck and the street cleaning truck both play music. Okay, how about these noodles? I have not had mian yet since coming here. I actually prefer mian, the wheat and maybe some eggs. They're just more hearty. Lee likes the white rice noodles because they're more sour. I love these, man. And with beef. Oh, and the numbing Sichuan peppercorn oil. It is so good. Wow. It's such a mouth experience. The riding, thankfully, was okay. But now not being able to breathe through my nose, it's very hard to eat and talk. That amount of chili oil covered noodles with beef, I think I'm the one who needs a nap. Oh, we're done. Man, happily sweating in a little bit of a daze. I needed that snack. The sun's coming out. Okay, gonna get back to the hotel, take a shower. I keep delaying this race recap, trying to be strategic, trying to make a good video out of this. This is getting to be a pretty long video now. So I rode, finished the 50 miles, did the chore at the airport, and now we're almost back to the hotel. We can have our afternoon coffee and then wait for that dinner reward. So before this video ends, the results of stage 5. If you were following in real time on Facebook or Instagram from last week, then you know already. Or if you somehow managed to follow along with the race progress during this video today, great job. I was kind of telling 2 different stories throughout the whole video. Hope I did a good job. So I did manage to hang on to 5th place overall. The stage had a very memorable finish. It had been raining, if you remember, for 3 days. So even though it was not raining on that 5th and final stage, man, the roads were rough. It was about 90 kilometers of dirt and mud. And wow, we looked like warriors after the end, and so memorable, so totally crazy. So I've had a race result in my mind from last year as my best ride ever, meaning strongest ride, strongest power output for the longest time. It was 260 normalized power. So that's in watts for all of you cyclists. It was for exactly 5 hours. So 260 for 5 hours. Truly incredible to see that for stage 5 of this race, when actually that was a 1-day race, my numbers matched that best ever ride. So after getting sick during stage 4, in the rain and the cold, along with for sure half the other riders, I spent a long time in the hotel myself, resting the night before. I didn't go out for dinner with friends. Stayed hydrated, I prayed, I relaxed, and just focused on good stuff. And I woke up with amazing legs. I was even attacking, trying to form a breakaway. I didn't manage to do so. I think I tried 3 different times, and in the end, I lost 13 seconds to my closest competitor. He and his teammates had a 3 versus 1 against me tag team in the final minutes of the race, which they should do. Very hard, but so epic to finish in such a way, right up to the line. So I moved to 6th, but the 2nd place guy overall, he crashed out. So all of the top 10 under him moved up. So I dropped to 6th, but then moved again back to 5th. But then I missed 4th place, only by 7 seconds. So it was very close, and man, I'm proud of it. So here's the podium ceremony. I love this race. The memories are so beautiful, as was the race. What scenery, and to have it in such a special place on planet Earth. I cannot wait to join this race again. I think I made 30 new friends, if I could guess, and still talking to some of them this week in messages. So cool. Thank you for getting so stoked with me. Thank you for all the encouragement and the cheers. It is such a good day today. Thanks for letting me enjoy these memories.
好了 ，Thank you， 谢谢。好，还有西双版纳。好 ，great，我们叫做年度冠军骑士。当然，
Thank you.
今年有点意思，当然它也不太。